All right, everybody, come on. I'm going to show you another house while we're at it. This is called our Highlands home. Now, the Highland we've had for a couple of years, and we sold it, and it came back to us, and we're doing a remodel. I know we've talked about it and shown it before in previous videos, but I got to show you the finished product. Come on in. This is a round top door. We built everything here in our shop. The round door, everything. We're going to put a little iron stoop over the door for weather protection. But when you come in this thing, I'm going to let you go in first, man. What do you think about that? That's not beautiful.
So beautiful.
And I'm going to try to pause a little bit for y'all to just take all this in. The biggest thing about this home are the details, all right? The accented wall, the accented barn wood trim. Then up here, you've got this little bitty reverse gable, we call this, okay? With this little personalized quaint window, the light fixture, the beams, how it's stuck. Now this stucco is made to look rough. It's made to look unfinished because I wanted it to look like an old Scottish home or Irish home. And I think we nailed it.
I do too.
The biggest thing is that I got my, what do you call my enlightenment of design is Thomas Kincaid. If you look at Thomas Kincaid, that all that thatch and all that stuff.
The inspiration, yeah.
The inspiration I got was from Thomas Kincaid photos and his portraits and stuff that he did. And even, I like to do another one that even has a more round, full thatch on the eaves. But this is our first one. It's been a home run for us. This beautiful barn door, as you can see, what is cool. Let me shut this door. The guys are working. Can you still see?
Gorgeous, yes.
I've loved, this is a live edge barn piece of wood. You don't find that anywhere. And it's been sanded, it's been urethane, and it's not prickly, okay? This is a functional door. That door weighs about 70 pounds. This is a white oak and red oak. It's still got the old red from the barn on it. This is an original red.
That was not painted.
No, that's the way we pulled it off the barn. Isn't that neat?
Gorgeous.
Let me show you real quick. This might be an whole entire video on its own.
I know.
But when you come in, we have a tile floor. We moved the sink that was over there. So behind Amanda is a closet now. There was a sink, but we put the sink here. This is for a stackable washer and dryer. Before, we only had room for a under the counter washer and dryer, and we had a window here. All right, so then we took the window out, built the box outside bigger with more cedar shakes and a roof, put the window over here. The exhaust fan was here. The toilet stayed in the same place. But we had to move the exhaust fan to this side, changed the lighting, took the interior wall and pushed it that way 18 inches and gave this tile shower. Now she's got a 36 by 48 tiled shower.
Oh, this is, just to look at the beams, this is gorgeous.
And then she's got a bare theme accented tile border that goes around the inside part of this wall, which is actually numbered, so it's kind of a theme that you have to follow all the way around.
So great.
Now the homeowner gave us just an idea of what she was wanting. And so she wanted to mix beams and wood with tile, and this is what we took. So what we did is we took an actual saw, a circular saw, and ran it horizontal down the sides to give it that hand-hewed look. Sanded it, urethaned it, and this is what you got. It looks like a beam that's been here for 1,000 years.
Is there going to be glass here? What's going here?
Eventually she may. Right now she's just going to put a curtain.
Okay.
Yep.
But she could put glass in a frame, kind of.
She's talked about that. She's probably going to put an etched glass with maybe an outdoor theme.
Beautiful. With
a door here that you can come in, or either vice versa.
That is so. Let me just get the tile here really quick where it starts, and it's got the mama bear and her babies. That is.
And Will did our tile. He's a local tile installer, and he did the base is with a Schluter foundation and wall. It's a process that actually is supposed to be able to go with the flexing of anything and the long-lasting I think it's got a lifetime guarantee
Wow.
of non-cracking of the tile.
And this is a closet. Let me get the whole front of it first. There.
Yeah. I just like to, there's a couple things that I like to point out that I don't see a lot of videos that people do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, these doors. All right, you have two doors, and you don't know, a lot of times all the walls are not always perpendicular, plumb, all right? But everybody, look at the reveal, we call it, the distance between these two doors. It's about a 1/16 of an inch, a little more.
That is tight.
And you can follow that line, and this is how I always look at maybe the craftsmanship of somebody. It's exactly the same all the way up and down. What's hard about that is that when you put these screws in over on the side, because wood has grain, that screw can actually take off to the side because it'll hit a harder grain. Well, when you do that, it moves this door.
I see.
So for this to be that precise is just nice. And also those hinges, when you put your screw in, it smushes it and moves it. So it takes time to understand those mechanisms that cause that reveal to be different.
Well, that shows experience, right?
Experience. And look, the bottom door is exactly the same. You've got good quality, straight lines. And me as a carpenter, and most of the guys here, and guys that are been carpenters all their life, the first thing they do is they start looking at lines and things and how they match up. You'll see like a window trim next to a wall, and if it's wider and just a little bit, you can see. I just wanted to point that out, that this is really nice.
You can go ahead and open them up and let's see the inside.
There you go. She's got a place to hang her clothes up there. There's a rod, and the tile goes right on into the bottom.
Oh, that's nice. Yep. Wow.
Beautiful. All right.
I'm loving that.
This whole bathroom is very, very livable.
Very
closet, shower, toilet, stackable washer and dryer, sink, and look at this barn door that you guys see from the behind.
Let me grab it real quick. Oh, that's beautiful. So dark and just beautiful.
And the contrast to the white walls.
Ah.
So you've got this pretty white. Now listen, I made it, believe it or not, I made it look. See how it's just kind of like the lines are dark and it's got the paint in there. And
that was on
some
purpose.
are wider and some are not. I wanted it to look like that because I want it to look like an old cottage.
Yeah.
An older looking cottage. Then she wanted these. And behind this wall is blocking. So when we rebuilt this wall for her, we tore it down and we put blocking behind here. So when we put these screws in there, this is super strong.
Yeah.
Okay? And she wanted this to be able to, if not anything, it looks neat to have it up there and then crawl up in the loft if she wanted to.
Love it.
Now she has 2 points of access. She has this one that she can go up in, and also we built this kind of a rock climbing ship's ladder. In here,
And just as soon as I walk in, I see these windows.
There's so many details in here.
There's so much in this house.
This is a redwood cedar trim.
Beautiful.
That's got a rough side that we've sanded against the white walls.
Beautiful.
The beams, just the angles and just the stuff that's going on here makes this thing such a work of
There's so
art.
much to look at.
This was an old cabinet she bought, and she wanted to know if we could incorporate it in her cabinet design. So she loved the logos on the outside, and of course here we built a cabinet, all these shelves, we built that for her. Tons of storage.
Matches beautifully.
Then over here, she'll have a refrigerator.
Oh my God, it's so pretty in here.
And this is a live edge countertop.
Oh gosh, look at this, everybody.
And this is a barn wood kitchen. So look at that. Is that not gorgeous? This is a live edge countertop, and then of course you have, where we at? Oh, look at this. Is this not beautiful?
That's like the Randy rack. We
I
call
love
that.
that.
It's
There's so
beautiful.
much stuff you can get in there. And this is barnwood. So this is white oak and red oak lumber. So hard to work with. And the joinery of putting all that together. Now look, and this is a piece of wood that's laminated inside this barnwood trim. Everybody, there's a lot to
that. And if
No.
you do, it's so expensive.
Look at the size. Look at the hunk size of that wood right there. That's 100% oak from an old barn up here in Tennessee. See the old red? It's just beautiful. And inside these drawers is 3/4 inch pine, right? There's no composited artificial board anywhere. This is all 100% wood.
I mean, we have Incredible Tiny Homes has a wood shop.
Yeah.
100% wood shop.
And we have a professional person working now. It's not just throwing these together, as you guys can see. This knot, see that knot right there? It was actually meant to go there. When they were laying this out, they knew when they cut the sink in, that knot would be exposed.
That's beautiful.
So, and look at this live edge. See the live edge? What goes around?
That is beautiful.
And then again, you've got your oak, soft close cabinet hardware. See this old piece of wood? The old piece of oak right here?
That's so cool.
Yeah. There's just this home to me is a work of art. This home will be here 100 years from now for somebody to really enjoy. Can you imagine a tiny home, the craze that's been going on, and in 100 years from now, they're going to look back at this little bitty cottage. You know?
Something I want to point out under the cabinets is where you contended with the wheel well. How did that work with that? Because there's one over there. Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's see if we got it in here. In here, when they build the cabinets, they actually build a notch in the cabinet. So when they set the cabinet in, the wheel well is behind the cabinet.
Right.
And we put a finished plywood behind there to hide the wheel well. All that little finishing things takes planning, takes time, and takes experience for all that. And it has to be cost effective because we sell our homes for so much less than all the competition.
Right. And there's so much there's stuff that stayed the same, but it's changed the whole house. It's changed the whole everything, this wall and everything.
Love it. Now notice our drawers, they pulled out the full extent.
Yes.
It's not just halfway or 3/4. You can get to that entire drawer.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat?
They're so solid.
Yep. And then here's her ladder. It's kind of a ship's ladder, but we call it a rock climbing ship's ladder. We're going to put a handle here, probably one on the wall and one up here, so when she climbs